Welcome and hello and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this extremely special edition, this Monday edition, this case of the Mondays. It's Un Poco Moss, guys. Sorry, I just had a coughing fit. I thought I was going to die. I've been sick, getting a little bit better, slowly but surely, but I wanted to jump on, talk a little Nio. Ticker symbol, of course, is NIO. The reason people are, asking me, well, why aren't you talking about SoFi? That stock's going insane. I know it's up to 14 and a quarter right now. Like I said, people thought I was nuts when I was saying 10.13 and then 13.60 and boom. And I'll tell you what, the Trump election was a huge catalyst, but SoFi was going to go up no matter what. The market makers push this sector down. They're going to push the sector up when they can make the most money. And you saw that institutional ownership had increased. So, I'll get into SoFi a little bit later, but the reason I'm not talking about Tesla or SoFi is because, look, I'm really not recommending anybody buy those stocks today. I mean, Tesla, my most recent run was a cost basis at like 121. I'm not going to tell somebody to rush in and buy the stock at 350. SoFi, I was trying to give you at fours, fives, particularly when it dipped back to like 680. I said, this is crazy. There's no risk left here. This is crazy. Buy. It's just, I'm positive. And some people listened, some people didn't, whatever. And I know there's a million people saying the same thing. And my opinion is really beyond meaningless. But it is what it is. We all have an opinion, and you can take it for whatever you want. In all honesty, I have been able to do really, really well over time in the markets. It's some of it's luck, but some of it is just really common sense. I don't know anything special. I just try to look at the charts. I try to look at the fundamentals. I try to look at the landscape in the world, what's happening, put it all together in my crazy brain and say, this is dramatically undervalued. I'm going to buy the living hell out of it until it goes way, way up. That's my whole course, Pardon me, guys. Just feel like I've been rode hard and put away wet. Anyway, take care of yourselves, guys. Your health is everything. Well, actually, shares are equally important, but the thing with Nio is, look at this channel. I mean, the algo has been working really, really hard on this stock for over 2 years. Just at this same down bubble they were working SoFi. And I watch each of these stocks on a daily basis very, very carefully for, years now. And I can tell you 100% for a certainty, the same algo is working on SoFi that was working on Nio. It's the same people that were driving the stock down. Some of the times the daily charts, not even close to any other stocks, the daily charts would just mirror each other. I mean, almost candle for candle. And my theory, and I'm very, very certain, again, just like I was with SoFi, is you're going to reach an end of the line here where it's not going to go any lower. That's going to coincide with fundamentals, margins dramatically improving. And you're going to see these institutions that were so down on the stock, just like they were SoFi. They hated SoFi. Every institution hated SoFi. Remember that? They were down to like 300 million shares or whatever. And then all of a sudden, it's back up to 500 million in just a couple of quarters. How did that happen? Oh, those rascally market makers. They changed their mind. And they ran it up. And I'm telling you, they're going to do the exact same thing with this stock. It's just, I'm very sure of it. The Chinese government is not going to let this stock fail. They're not going to let them continue to lose money. They're not going to let them get delisted. None of that. They've invested way too much. It's way too important. And I think Nio is really the only company out there in the EV space that's truly innovating. I mean, yes, Tesla, they're being rewarded incredibly. Tesla has so much going on. It's more than a little bit. Batteries, chips, robots, full self-driving, of course, is the big salami. Pardon me, guys. But for any of these smaller players, battery swap is the whole game. Think about the recurring revenue. Think about the model. No other company has anything even close to this, where you're taking over, essentially the gas station of the future, but you don't need to haul any gas there in trucks or pipelines and keep it in tanks. You can use solar. You can use the grid. You can use, adjacent battery storage with old batteries. It's just such a good solution. Everybody sees it now. Obviously, the government already saw it. Nio saw it. Now CATL sees it. And the government's forcing these big state companies onto the battery swap alliance, and they're going to start building cars. And all these battery swaps they're building are going to be busy and they're going to be profitable. It's going to take a few years. Not saying they're going to be printing money, in the next year or two. But market makers know it's coming and they're going to flip the stock exactly like they did with SoFi and a lot of these other companies. And again, I'll restate, companies like Hood or Palantir or a lot of these, they just run them to all-time highs and nobody says boo. Just insane multiples. Look at the Upstart. It's up 50% in one day. Still losing money. It's like not even, 20% of SoFi sales, 25%? That stock's run up to 8 billion market cap. SoFi is worth a minimum, and it's pushing it now. 5x forward sales would be roughly 15, but I think it could easily sell at 8. It could easily trade at 8 times forward sales. A lot of these, douchebags with Russian accents or whatever on YouTube who've dropped their math, they say high 20s this thing's worth when you GARP it. Anyway, guys, I'm sick, but I just wanted to Karen for a little bit. The reason I'm talking Nio is because this is my highest conviction, extreme value play, high risk play, very high risk. They're not making money yet. It is Chinese junk, quote unquote. No, but these guys make good cars. And if you look at it, it's tried to break out of this channel once, twice. Obviously this pump came way out, drew it right back to the algo. You see how neatly this thing works. This algo is just well funded. It's not coordinated or anything, but I mean, come on. You don't control a stock like this through news, through cycles, through good production. And then you start to see it come up, pulled right back down very neatly along this line. And I keep saying, what's going to happen? Is it just going to go down below zero as they ramp up production on Onvo and, Firefly? They have this hybrid coming out that they're going to be able to sell in less developed markets at an incredible price point. That will also, I think the hybrid will also be able to swap. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But even like, XPEV is up 4, Lee is up 2, Ride is even, Workhorse is up 19. That's good for them. They got some orders on their step fan I saw. But anyway, somebody was asking me about Ride. I don't remember when I put this on here, but this is a really old list, guys. QuantumScape. These are stocks I haven't, like ARC. I haven't bought these in a long time. I ran them up. Yeah, this is just a really old like Yahoo account or something I accidentally got into. But ChargePoint, UPS, I still own those. Bank of America, JP Morgan, I still own those. CRISPR, I still own a ton of that. Palantir, regrettably sold like a big asshole at 18. DraftKings, I don't own that anymore. I got out of it. Had a little bit. Teladoc, thank God I don't own. Meta. I played a little bit of the run up on that and it sold it way too early. Really kind of crap my pants on that one. But yeah, this is just a really old list. That's funny. I don't know where I got into this account from. Must have been like a weird old Google account or something. But anyway, guys, that's why I'm saying, hear me now, buy under 5, buy at 5. To me, this looks like at least a $15 stock. I mean, the earnings are coming out on the 20th. If they show improved margins, and the government announces stimulus, I expect this thing to just boomerang and go way up. Last time they had a little bit of news, it ran up to like, what is this, 776? I mean, that would be what, 60, 55% move. And it can do that very, very quickly. What's the downside? I mean, that they just stop selling Envo, that they stop expanding swap, that nobody comes. I don't see it. I just don't see China letting that happen. But there's obviously a games being played with this stock, but these things have to reverse. And this is where you find opportunity and despair. Wallowing in despair and misery, you find opportunity. Yeah, guys, I don't feel real good, and I definitely want to talk a little bit of CRISPR. I want to talk a little bit of SoFi later. Let me take a look, see if anybody has any thing to say. Sorry, I had a coughing fit that was just epic. I turned on the stream, and then I walked over to fill up my SoFi cup with water from the filtered tap, I guess, quote unquote. I don't think the filter's been changed in a little while, so I'm not sure the efficacy or effectiveness of that filter, but anyway, yeah, tastes a little gamey, but tastes like wabbit. But anyway, guys, so yeah, I'm just looking at the chart. It's the same damn thing with SoFi. I'm looking at the company. Management is very good. Okay, they've got this guy making deals all around the world. He's obviously juiced in with the government. He's obviously able to get funding at very favorable terms from various states whenever he wants. The Chinese want to own this standard. They want to own the battery standard. They want to own the swap standard. They want this thing to expand, be part of the grid. Now, they did pull it back from Europe, but pushed it into, the Middle East. See, what CEO of a small company has a meeting, with presidents of two countries? How does that happen? It has to be arranged by the highest levels of the Chinese government. It has to be. What does that tell you? I mean, you don't really have to read between the lines. Tells me they're going to push, Nio into the future and they're not going out of business. I mean, I think it makes so much sense. I mean, CATL wants to build, I know they can build their own network and they're already probably knee deep in the engineering. But does China really want two disparate battery swap networks built out side by side? Maybe they'll stand for two. I don't think they'll do more. They're too into efficiency and order and, stuff like that. To, let Betamax fight it out and let them all go out of business and just waste a ton of resources. I don't think they're going to do that. I think Nio's already, 2,700 battery swaps. I mean, they're so far ahead. It's 10 years of engineering. It's software. It's algorithms. It's AI. Oh, I hate you guys so much. I hate you guys with a passion. Except you, Carl Seamark. You're great. You make a good mattress. That coil. You guys don't get that memory foam. That'll break down if you're 300 bills. 300 elbows. Hey, you're looking good. Oh, yeah, I just lost a little weight down near 300 bills. How you doing? Give me a Polish sausage with a side of Polish sausage. Thank you very much. You guys ever eat a Polish sausage and then hit it with a little Polish sausage chaser, say before a ball game or something? It's been known to happen. Yeah, no, Tortuga 10X is a monster. I mean, I'm telling you, that Lavasa-Menden drug, they're gonna, people think they're gonna sell like 100 million a year. They're gonna sell 500 million. This HPEF heart failure, there's no other medicine for it. I don't see what people see. Yeah, the Roth deals they did were absolutely, they cut my testicles off and threw them into the ocean for chum. That's what they did with my shares. But when you get cut off at the knees and you get diluted like 90%, you have a decision to make, because what happens with those penny stocks, it always crashes even way below where the institutions bought it. And that's how they wash out all the pikers, all the fat idiots, the fat suburban middle-aged white douchebags, if you will, who do bad Italian accents. Ho! I was thinking of Tony Soprano, like always, being the last to realize who it is. Don't you see? It was Papi Capenzulo the whole time. He's like, what are you talking about, Don? You don't know a Papi Capenzulo. Don't you see? He's just like, you know, having these like psychotic episodes. It was Mario Batali. He's like, the chef from TV Tone, that don't make no sense. I'm wearing the wire right now. Can't be you, pussy. Don't you see? He's like, no, I don't. I don't know. I love The Sopranos, but I think the writing got a little bit more credit sometimes than it deserved if you kind of dissected it. Like the acting was brilliant. The writing was good, but I don't know. I like got into read because when I watch it, then sometimes I'll read the script and it's like, is this the same thing I watched? Like, Anyway, whatever. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, I'm just trying to look for some place to put some money because, you know, I had to sell a little bit of Tesla today. Not much. I mean, but I just stock's gone so insane. It's like way too much of my portfolio right now. I can't recommend you buy at these levels. I love Microsoft, but I don't really love it over 400. Stocks, you know, I like Chevron, I guess. I like just for me right now is just get into like mid and small caps in a good ETF. You know, I think the mid and small caps are just, you know, SoFi being a prime example, it just went insane. It's extremely suppressed by, you know, expensive money because obviously when you're a smaller company, the lifeblood of your growth is money. You need capital to grow. So when money's expensive, it just kills small companies. But those days are coming to an end. Now, people are saying with the Trump election, yes, stocks are going high, but the flip side of that is there might be a lot less rate cuts in the coming year, just depending on how. But if the economy is super hot, I think a lot of people can live with that, you know, just kind of a balancing act. And then looks like Jerome Powell's already like feuding with Trump or whatever. I think they'll be okay. You know, I think they'll be fine at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, that's the Nio Stock. Yeah, not a lurker, Tortuga. What's going on? I'm gonna throw bananas at my assy nipples. Just scrub back and said I already shaved my back. Shaved my back yesterday. It's only growing out. Yeah, I'll shave it again a little bit later. I'm on the same schedule. Not a lurker shaves his head. Manikandan Panchakting. Sorry, I mispronounced your name, good sir. Manikandan Panchonathan. Okay. Once Neo turns profitable, the story will be rewritten. Yeah, it's the same thing with SoFi. Like, it wasn't just the first profit. Like, the market wants to see it. The market wants to see profitable swap. The market wants to see their chips in action. The market wants to see all this stuff that Neo's been building, guys. They haven't taken advantage of it yet. It hasn't, you know, they've put out all the costs for these things, but they haven't, you know, realized the benefits. It hasn't borne the fruits, if you will. So that's going to start to happen. They're just starting to scale, guys. Think about it. The battery swap really has been at proof of scale, you know, proof of concept scale. They just did 50 some odd million. So they're doing 2.5 million swaps a month. That's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. They only have 600,000 cars on the road. Every single Neo on the road is swapping more than 4 times a month. People love battery swap. People love Neo. People love their Onvo. The only thing stopping them from scaling Onvo rapidly is the supply chain. Because all these Tom Dicks and Harrys, all these swinging dicks are building EVs. Show me the way to go home. Got one sedan. It looks like a Hyundai Ioniq or whatever. Come on. I mean, come on. These things are back ordered. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. Is this thing on? Oh, good to see you. Yeah, total case of the Mondays right now. What's up, Bobby Joe? What's up, Low Country Luton Pond? Let's Poco, buddy. Graham Colestock. What's up, Graham? Keep one eye open, buddy. Forrest L. SoFi Leaps, not Neo. No, I have tons of SoFi Leaps, Forrest. I have tons of SoFi Leaps. I'm not knocking SoFi. Yeah, if you absolutely, I would completely agree with Forrest. If you're gonna buy those, I'm buying I think it's the January 15, 2017 $15 calls. I got a ton of them when the stock was at 11. They're already up, I think 30% or something like that. So, what's up, M. Russo? Hello and welcome, welcome and hello. Do not sub and like whatever you do. Not a lurker is trying to trick you, and he's very crafty. Think of him as that Sicilian guy in The Princess Bride. Never try to match width with a bald man when Sheriff of Thofire on the line. To paraphrase, like, you're stalling. Carl Hughes. Carl Hughes. What a great name. I think he's still alive, right? I never knew. He's young. He was good in that movie where he was like the bad guy with was that Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman? That was a pretty good movie. Like he's pretty good, like, villainous guy. But The Princess Bride was a favorite because we all remember like Fred Savage and Columbo. He's like, no, what happened? Like, do you want to hear just one more thing? Sir. He's like, I'm not sir, I'm your grandson. No, sir, just one more thing. He's like, Grandpa, why are you wearing a tie and a trench coat and smoking a cigarette, carrying a gun? He's like, don't worry about that. It's my day job. Shut the fuck up, Fred Savage. You're 33 years old in this picture. Anyway, guys, as you can see, I haven't had sleep. I'm on a bunch of medicine. It's totally incoherent. But jovial. About out of water, guys. This show sucks anyway. Dude, leaps are printing like a motherfucker for. I mean, my account, I'm just like, pinch me. I mean, this is ridiculous. I can finally afford to, get that penis installment. Let's see. Yeah, you finally caught alive. You did it, Tortuga. I think that's it, guys. I don't know if anybody else is here. Of course, we have the great Alan Banford creative entity. I don't understand why they keep shorting the stock. They're just shorting it down at a down bubble. I don't get it either, Alan. I get why they did it, but that's the same thing I was saying with SoFi. Why don't they flip here when they have the stock at 366? Why not cover? They just keep shorting here. I mean, there's so much naked shorting on this thing, guys. I don't know the short. I think it's because of the bank, because it's a holiday today. They're not reporting live short interest, but there's not that many shares available. And then if you look at the short interest, it's been going way up. I mean, just 24 September, it's 162 million. Okay, and now we're 6 November. So what is that? Just over 2 months? September, October. Yeah, I mean, it's not even 2 months, guys. And the shares, the short interest gone up 30 million shares. Shares on loan is just, on tilt. 400 million shares. They're not naked shorts. SoFi, those naked short. I'm sorry, I haven't just got any sleep. I got up like 2 a.m. It's just ridiculous. Recoculous. Discombobulated, insegrevious. Anyway, guys, it's absolutely stupid. This show is so stupid. You should have taken the fish. You're so stupid. Yeah. What's up, you Keko72? Screw Nio. Look at SoFi, bro. Yeah, no, I've been looking at it. Believe me, I've been looking at it. It's doing very well today. So yeah, 1409, it's up 8.3%, over $1. I don't know. Yeah, it looks amazing. There's no new ratings, DBS with the buy, but yeah, taking a look at just charting this baby. I mean, the SoFi chart looks about as bullish as anything you could possibly imagine right now. I mean, just coming off of this giant, base, like, it's the sky is the limit right now, because if it can pass that $14 area, that was the resistance for that, triple top back in the SPAC days. Like, this stock's going to all-time highs. This model's going to work. It's going to grow. It's going to have big margins. And I don't think there's anything anybody can do about it. Guys, I got to go. I got a client here coming to my palatial faux office suite. But yeah, I'm going to get back on and talk about SoFi. Going to get back on and try to talk about CRISPR, because I think that stock is just grotesquely undervalued as well. But right now, Nio at 5 for me is just very compelling. The shorts are getting away with this. I don't see how they're doing it, but clearly other institutions are in cahoots, and I think they're all going to flip it at once. It's going to be a SoFi situation. Trying to drive it down under 5 right now. I'm sure they will, but I don't think they're going to stop that many people out. If you have half a brain in your head, they drive it down to 490. Just buy the living shit out of the stock. But I don't know anything, guys. I'm a chunky stock monkey. I don't know anything you don't know. That's for sure, and probably no less. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Thanks, Not a Lurker. Thanks, Alberto Bertie Avalos, if you're here. Sorry, it's Kev. What is XPEG positive? Because because the short interest on XPEV is like 5%, and they're just shorting the balls off of Nio. SoFi leaps are okay. Yeah, gamblers. Dude, it's all gambling one way or the other on options, man. I mean, even if you construct a trade, there's still odds, but I like, the leaps. I'll show you some of my SoFi calls. It's absurd. I'm up to like over 400% profit on some of them in a couple months, but that's good stuff, guys. It's Nio, ticker symbol NIO. Appreciate you, Alberto. Appreciate you, Not a Lurker. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace. It's Un Poco Moss. It's cornbread. It's cornbread. I'm okay.